Did you know that Old Mutual has a bank? It's called OM Bank. What is the reason Old Mutual opened a bank of all things? If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Idumeleng. I'm a qualified management accountant, and on this channel, I help ordinary people like you learn how to start saving money, get out of debt, invest, and ultimately build wealth. If that is something you're interested in, please do subscribe and become a part of our growing rich family. Now back to the newest bank in town, the OM Bank. What is it all about? Let's see what is happening with the OM Bank. What was the thinking behind Old Mutual opening a bank? And is it worth switching to? Now, what do we look for in a bank? Personally, first and foremost, I'm looking for reliability. So Old Mutual has been in the financial services industry for over 108 years. That is a long time. But they haven't been in the banking sector for that long. They are the new kid on the block in the banking sector. So I don't know if I can give them the reliability point just because they've been around for decades and decades. But what I know is that Old Mutual is an established brand and they have substantial resources to be able to smoothly enter the banking industry. But have they proven themselves to be completely reliable in the banking sector? The second thing I look for in a bank is pricing. I'm sure a lot of us do. We want a good deal. We want a good price. And I think Old Mutual was really fighting for their place in the banking industry when they came up with their pricing because they know we love a good price. So this is their pricing. Their standard monthly account fee is R4.95. That is extremely competitive when you compare it to the account fees on the market. Their card purchases are free. I think they were not trying to fight there. They just left that alone. That is common on the market to have free card purchases. And then their immediate payments up to 3,000 rands is completely free. We all know immediate payments can be pricey, and I think this gives them a big competitive advantage, and I really like it. I personally like it. I feel like it will just make transacting so much easy because sometimes you really just want the other person to receive the money very quickly, and the free immediate payment of up to 3,000 rands will really be a game changer. ATM withdrawals, 10 rands per 1,000 rands. That is, again, the price that is currently on the market. I think here they left us alone. They were like, yeah, with the ATM withdrawals, you are on your own. What a missed opportunity to let us withdraw for free because withdrawing money is expensive. But otherwise, on the pricing, I think they were really fighting. I think they really wanted to position themselves as a cheaper bank. And I think in some ways they have achieved that because they really have things that stand out on their pricing, but they also have other pricings like the ATM withdrawal that is just the same as everyone else. But for the pricing, I'll give them 8 out of 10. And only because the ATM withdrawals are not free and also that immediate payment is limited to 3,000 rands, why not 30,000 rands? So 8 out of 10 for pricing. Another thing that I was really interested in from the OM Bank is their savings account rates. And these are their interest rates on their savings accounts. Their nominal rates from 1 cent up to 999 rands is 6%, and it goes up to 6.75%. Now, this is another area where I think the OM Bank is positioning themselves as the bank to beat because these interest rates are among the top in the market. To give an interest rate of 6% for any amount between 1 cent and 999 rand is really groundbreaking, is really competitive, and will really make a difference to the amount of interest that you earn on your savings. So love, love, love. I love a good savings account. I'm just interested to find out more information about the savings accounts. You know, with such good interest rates, I'm asking myself, what is the catch? What are the terms and conditions? What are the charges and penalties on early withdrawals for notice accounts? So I really want to get more information on the savings accounts because if everything checks out, this can be a really good way to grow your money for your sinking funds, for your short-term or even long-term savings. So I'm going to continue to read up on their savings accounts, but so far just on face value, I will give it a 9 out of 10 for the savings interest rates. It is not 10 out of 10 just because I don't know everything I need to know about the savings accounts. Like I said, are there any hidden fees? Are there any hidden charges? Because These are some good interest rates. Now back to my initial question. What is the reason Old Mutual decided to open a bank? Well, amongst other things, the OM Bank promises simplicity in banking, and we have heard that before. We hear that everywhere. Yet banking continues to be complicated. We still struggle on ATM queues because the person in front of you cannot figure out the ATM. I have struggled with an ATM myself. To this day, sometimes the ATM is just too complicated for me to figure out. So for Old Mutual to come out and say they are going to simplify banking, I was like, how are we going to figure out if you have simplified banking? To start, I downloaded their banking app. It took me under 2 minutes to download the app. You just go to your app store or wherever you find your apps, you search OM Bank, and it's very easy to find, very easy to download. And then I filled in all my details and I set up my account. And then we got to the part where I had to fill in my occupation. I could not find my occupation. There were very few occupations listed, and they had an artisan in there. No offense to the artisans, nothing against the artisans, but they have an artisan, they don't have an accountant, they don't have a doctor. They have other amongst the few occupations that they have. And I didn't like that. You are a bank. You are a bank. You're going to be receiving my salary. You're going to be receiving salaries of so many other people, but you don't know the many occupations that are out there, or you don't care to know. Because another thing, know your customer. How are you going to know me if you don't know my occupation? For me, it was a big deal. Other than all that, I just wanted to see myself represented. So I didn't like that there was no accountant and that I had to pick other, and my occupation is not that hard. Put an accountant there. You don't even have to have all sorts of accountants. All of us can just fall into that one description, but didn't like that. Otherwise, the app is really easy to download, really easy to get started, really easy to use. So the app, I will give it a rating of 8 out of 10. It was easy to download. It was easy to set up. In just 2 minutes, I had an active bank account without needing to go to the branch. And if you're someone that prefers banking the traditional way, I know a lot of you still do. A lot of you still want to go to the branch. Old Mutual already has branches all over South Africa, so you can set up your account there and do all your stuff there. For me, I liked that I was able to open the account in just 2 minutes by simply setting up my account on the app. But I really did not like the occupation thing. So 8 out of 10 for the banking app. So from the banking app alone, I think they have simplified the banking app. They do have a simple, easy to use, easy to access banking app. But there's more to banking than just the banking app. Like I said, some people actually prefer the traditional way of banking. So it will be interesting to see how the OM Bank simplifies that part of banking. How are they going to simplify ATMs? Because that is also a big part of banking. But kudos on a simplified banking app. Now we'll just keep observing to see how much further they can simplify banking as a whole. So that is the OM Bank. Like I said, I'm going to continue to study it. I'm going to continue checking out the app to see what else I find, and I will keep updating you guys. So far, based on the information I have, would I switch to the OM Bank? Well, technically, I have the OM Bank account because I downloaded the app and I set up an account, but I haven't made a deposit yet. I'm interested in the free immediate payment of up to 3,000 rands. I'm interested in their savings accounts interest rates, but I want to continue to explore the bank, explore the app before I make the decision to completely switch. So now I want to hear from you. Have you already switched to the OM Bank? How have you been finding it? Based on the information that I shared with you today, do you think you would switch to the OM Bank? What are some things that really caught your attention on the OM Bank? I hope you found value in this episode. If you did, please like it, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, I hope you have a rich day.